me like I'm some kind of mug. Please?
Right, now just because you pay a fiver a pop down the local cattle market, don't, for fuck's sake, start thinking these pills are worth millions. They're not. We've got to find someone to buy these pills, and then they've got to split them up into parcels of, say, I don't know, 100,000. They've got to find these people. It's hard work.
Oh, you give a fucking aspirin and it ain't pals.
Then you've got currency fluctuations, you've got police activity, you've got adverse publicity. I mean, you tell me. Who has got the readies lying around to pay for $1 million each?
This is fucking bullshit, motherfucker! Some kind of mug.
There we go. And there he is. TidySpidey is in the chat. Hi, mate. Yay. Yeah, we've just finished listening to Cake. What a tune. What a tune. We've had some really great comments. Sam G says, congratulations on your career. Mate, that was so funny. Yeah, so TidySpidey. K-Star was saying this belongs on Vicious Circle. Definitely got that feel to it. It's for me, it's very RR Fierce, Karim kind of sound to it. Really nice, chunky hard. Really nice. I liked it. It had so much energy to it. A great lead sound in there with the phaser ripping through it. Thank you for the follow, Rex Gaines. Yeah, I would love to hear it out in a club. Proper banger. Everything sounded really nicely balanced. Defo with Poggy's main influence, it's a hard one. Yeah, and you know what? I personally appreciate the fact that it wasn't made really fast because I know that you love playing really, really fast. So obviously for you and your set, you'd be able to pitch that up. I like it at this tempo, mainly because when it comes to music production, it's really difficult for hard house to create a track at higher BPMs for hard house with hard house attributes. Like if you were doing a hardcore track, it's different because there's a different technique and there's a lot more stripped backness to the percussion and stuff. With hard house, we do still have loops in there. We have a lot of different percussive elements in there. And they really do require to have a little bit of silence or space around each individual sound. So having that done at it's you'll know yourself. It can be pitched up, but making it at that like speed, we kind of lose the I'm trying to work out whether we would call it the dynamics or the transient. Go with transient. Still have dynamics in there. But then again, if we're limiting everything as well, then we might not. But I think the most thing is having those specific transients and hearing all of the individual sounds. And that can't really happen at higher BPMs. Whatever this was made at, 150, maybe 155, this is great. You know that space between only works with high end. If you have kick and bass, it does not matter that much. Space between only works with high end, and that if you're well, I guess that makes sense because higher up sounds are quicker, aren't they? They're a quicker waveform. So you wouldn't be able to do that with lower sounds. But yeah, I liked it. A lot. Yeah, I agree. Control 4. Yes, time isn't that much of an issue. Waveform is so slow. Yeah, so we were going ooh, and then top of the frequency spectrum, like anything under 20 kilohertz is moo, moo. Tick tick, yeah. Which is why I'll let you into a little bit of know-how. When I have students in who are learning DJing, we talk about this because I wonder how many of you guys, if you are DJs, do you mix from the kick drum or do you mix with the hi-hats? Or is it a bit of both? When you DJ, do you think that you're using the kicks or do you think you're using the hi-hats? And depending on the type of DJ you are. If you're a drum and bass DJ, you might actually have an answer than a house DJ. Then kick. Says Chris. And bass. Bass be accurate enough to beat match from? Yeah, when you're beat matching as a DJ, are you using the kick drums or are you using the hi-hats? Huh? Both, says TidySpidey. Yep. Anyone else? Control says I'm too lazy. Too lazy to use headphones for DJ, period. Both, says Hello. Hello, you. Both, okay. Depends on the track. Some tracks have audible kicks to begin with. So hats are a must, yep. A match on bass related to control the energy, but mix off the kick. Okay, cool. Okay, so with the kick drum has got, and you guys will know this because you're music producers, the ones that have mentioned about the kick. You know, on the kick, we've got like layers of the kick, haven't we? And one of those layers on the kick is the click, transient, the click, and that's actually quite high pitched. If you, just trying to think of something now. So if you put a low pass filter on it, on that kick, do you think you'd still be able to beat match like accurately if there was a low pass filter on it? Yeah. I don't think you could either. Because we're looking for the transient, aren't we? Like that transient. But from hello, Mimatan. I've said hello to you already, haven't I? Oh, candy to you. But the point that I'm trying to make is the lower the sound is the longer the waveform is. So really, yeah, the click comes first. So that click is actually quite a high pitched, which is why if you've said both, I would say I probably use both as well, kick and the hi-hats. And the reason for that is the kick will give me like the relative, beat matching to a degree. But I'm aware that I'm using the click from the kick and I'm also using the offbeat open hi-hat as well as extra security that I am mixing it in and beat matching as accurately as I possibly can. And the reason for that is hi-hats, as we were just talking about, frequency-wise, they are much, much, much quicker. They hit the eardrum quicker than a lower sounders. And we're talking milliseconds, but it's enough to be more and more accurate. You can hear it much better and hear it much more accurate. So, but it's interesting because most people think that they're mixing off the kick, but they're really being influenced quite necessarily by the higher frequencies, and it's those that will help you to mix it in accurately. Yeah, and as DJ Donut said, yeah, on the snares for D&B, definitely bass, body, and click. There you go. Yeah, it's just an interesting thing that my students benefit from. When they come in, we discuss, what is it that you're listening out for when you're beat matching? Frequency be more accurate. Anyway, thank you very much to Poggy and TidySpidey and Tekneak for this awesome tune. A great one to start this off on. And yeah, thank you very much. Yay. Do they call you Master Yoda? No, you call me that. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Timmy. Good to see you, mate. We have got Digital Mafia version Next, Braveheart. That was a radio edit. I wasn't expecting it to finish there, but I appreciate it because we get the best of it. We get the best bit without just the kick and the thingamybobs. But I don't mind because sometimes it's good to listen to the kicks and the thingamybobs as well. No? Who else puts thingamybobs in their music, huh? Do you? I like to put thingamybobs in, oojimawhatsits, and thingamajigs. Yeah, Control 4. I'm going to look into that. That's quite interesting what you've said about bass or kick drums hitting the skin first. It's crazy, really, when we think about what music does on the body. You know, the effect it has on us emotionally and also physically. Life is all about thingamajigs. May is so true. Jack of flibbies and dewberries. Whatchamacallums, yeah. Doofers and whoops, nice. Yes. Yeah. Digital Mafia, I've made a few tracks with him. He's such a great producer, engineer. Sweeter, I think you've done a really, really good track with him here. I really like this vocal. So I'm assuming Liene Greifane is the singer. Really cool vocal. So yeah, called Braveheart. I guess it's a bit of a spin-off of Braveheart. Really like it. Well, the vocals. At first, I was like, okay, and then by the end, I'm singing along with it. So yeah, as Lily J says, very catchy. Great. Oh, Sweet is in. Hello. The Devil's Reject. Yeah, really great. Like swing to it. Hello, Greg Lee. Is that my daughter's friend, Greg? Hi. Can everyone say hello to Greg? Go on, wave. Yeah, so I think that you've done I think you've done a really job on this one, Sweeter. Really, really strong track. And if you guys can go and follow Sweeter, please. You've been at this one for a while. Well, do you know what? It's worth doing because if there's one thing that can make or break a good basis of a track is having a good top line, a good vocal. And I definitely think this was worth pursuing in this way. Really, really cool. Nicely sang. And yeah, just a great all round uplifting, groovy hard house tune. Everyone's saying hello, Greg, now. Yay. Oh, actual proper shout out to Greg because Greg, earlier on, I got a message or got a phone call from my daughter, India. And I was like, what? She's like, guess what, Mum? Greg and Sean have taught me how to read a clock. Because she couldn't read a, like an analog clock. 12 at the top, 6 on the bottom. And now she knows. Yeah, I'm so, so proud of her. Yeah, keep up the great work to Digital Mafia and Sweeter. Nice one. Is the Roughmate in? Because Roughmate, you sent me an email, but it didn't work. And I did try. I'm going to quickly look at my emails. Or not. Yes, he's here. Because you sent me something, babe. And yeah, it wasn't working. Is it might be my, I've got a noise gate on. So I should just bring it down a little bit. -41, there we go. Sean said hi. Hello, Sean. Can everyone say hello to Sean as well? India's friend. Yeah, just send it to my email, Roughmate. Because I feel kind of bad now because I did, you did say that you were ahead of time. I think you said last week that you wanted to try. So while he's just sorting that out, I just want to remind you guys that if you are a music producer, this show is definitely for you. This is something that a show which how long have we been doing this show for now? I reckon it's got to be like 5 years. It's got to be. But what my intention is on this show is to get you guys, years years. My intention is to get you guys ready to send your music out to record labels. Obviously, I run a few record labels. A lot of my friends run record labels as well. A lot of you guys know Dave from Cheeky Tracks, the other Dave, Bosky, who has his own label, and I have like 3 or 4. And it's really important that you get the mistakes out here. So what I mean by that is labeling your tunes, please. Make sure when you send a WAV file to my show or to any record label. I had one today from someone who should have known better, quite frankly. Who was it? I'm going to name and shame you. Who was it? Who sent me? Oh, it was Martin Easton. But I think Martin Easton is going to be let off today because I think he had like a liver transplant. I'm not even joking, right? He had a liver transplant. And he sent it to me while he was high on morphine, and it was just the file name and the file name of it, just the file name of his track. Please remember when you're sending WAVs to people that you make sure you put your artist name and the title of your track at least in the file name. If you can sort the metadata out and put more in the metadata, even better. Can you do metadata with WAVs or is it MP3s? Which is the one that won't allow you to because it's not like a container file, is it? I can't remember at the moment. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just getting too bogged down with like details. But always make sure that you label everything because I will try and find out whose track it is, but a record label will never be bothered to do that. So what will end up happening is your track will end up just sitting on their computer and they'll have no way to trace it back. They'll have no way to trace it back. So, but yeah, we're going to let off Martin. Martin is not going to be shamed for that, but I am using him as an example. The other example is when people, to you, is it a physical WAV, MP3 or web links? Either or. Great question, Maximus Timmy G. The only thing that you should not do, and I'd go as far to say this is practice for any situation with any label, don't send expirable WeTransfer links because the likelihood of me or any other like record label getting to your track before that link has expired is extremely low. And if they get to it and then they click on it and it's expired, they're not going to chase you up. They're just going to be like, for fuck's sake. Hi, Gav. So that's another thing that I want you guys to get out of the way using this show. So, yeah. You did that, did you? You silly goose. What did you do that for? What? MB Network. Hello. Are the tunes limited to a specific genre? It's anything, my love. Anything. As long as you have made it yourself. When I say you've made it yourself, you've opened up a DAW, you've used VSTs, you've used samples, you've recorded something and you've done something tangible to manipulate sound and then put it in a project and then rendered it out. Yeah, but you don't have to send me a WAV if you don't want to. Some people, quite sensibly, if the track hasn't been released yet, will just send a private SoundCloud link or something. Also fine. But yeah, like I said, I want you guys to get used to sending people stuff. Also, get used to not having replies. Just because someone doesn't reply to you, it does not mean they listened to it and they thought it was shit. They might have done. But the likelihood is that you're just thinking that. And if you don't know, then what is the point in fantasizing over the worst case scenario? There's no point at all because you don't know for sure, and most of the time I'd say that people don't even get around to opening up the email. Yeah, so I can send you some tunes I have produced. MB Network, I would love that because that is absolutely what this show is all about. All the details are here. Please only send one track at a time. The tracks that I'm playing today are now in the system. So I do have a listen to them first of all, just to check to see what they're like, if they are, if they are listenable. Very, very, very rarely do I have to turn someone away. And even if I do turn them away, I give them a lot of helpful, constructive feedback on how to get their tracks listenable or to a stage where, we can have a listen to it. So, and yeah, like JLF has just said that I'm having a break from sending stuff to labels. It can be really disheartening. Do not put all your eggs in a label's basket. Don't be making stuff because you're making it for a specific label. If you're finding that helpful in terms of getting an idea together and completing a project, then absolutely fine. Use that like imaginary or that storyline or that kind of like pastiche in your mind of this track's going to sound like a track that would be released on this label. But try not to like mentally masturbate over that too much, because if it doesn't get on that label, then you can end up like feeling weirdly like something's been taken away from you, which is ridiculous. Hello, Conductor and Cowboy. It's ridiculous. Because labels are not wanting the same stuff as what they've already released. They're always looking for the next thing. So incorporate maybe a bit of what you like about other labels, but then also inject a bit of yourself, not like that, Richie, into your music. When a label owner told me my track was perfect, I cried like a little girl. Oh, that's lovely. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, next track that we've got is... Oh, hang on. I was looking for Andy. Okay. Just get this all sorted out. So we've got Andy, the rough mate, has now sent me... Hang on a second. Let me just have a quick look. Let me just have a quick look here. Yes, I have got it. It was because I don't know what happened there. The roommate, SpiceDoubt, Bleak Beauty remix. Yeah. Yeah, it's in. I should put it on now, really, because I've spoken about it so much. Okay, next up, we've got Dimension SpiceDoubt Bleak Beauty remix. And that is all, aka The Rough Mate. Here we go. Okay, that was Dimension SpiceDoubt Bleak Beauty remix by the Rough Mate. There's a lot to unpack with this. A lot to unpack with it. I personally, right, obviously, all music is music. What I'm going to say is very much from a subjective and possibly influenced by 4/4 music and being a DJ and what I kind of associate with that. It felt to me like two separate pieces of music. I don't know if the kick suited the other stuff, because I was hearing all of that lovely stuff without that kick being there. I think the kick was distracting. I would like to hear this as a breaks tune, ambient. It's meant to sound like no parts are on sure footing. Cool. Yeah, it certainly gives off that feeling. But for me, it feels too abstract or too removed from the other thing. I would like it to be more cohesive. I'd like it to be. I think it's a really good one of those experimentational pieces of music. No one is expecting any of us to produce a finished piece of music that everyone's going to love every single time we make a piece of music. A lot of the time, the projects that we make are going to be what I call like bridge projects where I learned something important about music, arrangement, stylistic qualities, mix down stuff. When have I overcooked it? When have I not put enough effort in? Muddiness, clarity, experimentation, A/Bing stuff, trying out a new plugin, overusing it, bringing it back again. Like, all of these things are really, really, really important. And if you're not making bridge projects, bridge tracks like this, then you're not learning enough. So you've got to be brave to make music that has just got ideas in it that you want to explore. And that's what I think with this. This is an experimentation. This is putting stuff on the canvas and seeing what sticks. And that's what I like about it. Yeah. Do you know what? That's such a good idea. The rough mate says, a mate suggested a wubby psytrance bass line. I think that would pull it all in. And then you could keep that kick. Yeah. I was going to say it felt like it was missing a part of the frequency spectrum. So something like a psytrance bass line would be awesome. Yeah. There's an animation to go with it eventually. Will make total sense and completely. I completely get that. Yep. Yeah. And remember what I'm saying here is it's coming from a very subjective place. And it's what I am hearing in it that I personally would then go away and work on for next time. But I liked it. I just felt like that kick was pulling me out of something. It's pulling me out of going in deeper with that soundscape, with the textures, and with that wonderful spookiness of it. But yeah, I think that would be a really good way of bringing that all together is, like you said, with the side trance bass line. Awesome. Yep. Brilliant. Next up, we've got Control 4 and Serenity Flux. And this is... Did I give you Rough Mates Thingamy-bob? Yeah, there you go. Go and follow the Rough Mate, please, because he does some really cool stuff. Yeah, honestly, mate, keep going because you're doing all the right things. Like, it's so important to have, like, experimentation tunes like this for no other reason than, look, you know, just doesn't need to be for anyone. In fact, it shouldn't be. A lot of the time, our music should just be for, I wonder if. Let's see what happens. I'm inspired by that massively. So thank you. Okay. Control 4. What happens if you do Control and 4? I know what happens if you do Alt and 4. Don't do that, by the way. Don't do it. If you don't like somebody, no, don't say that because they might do it. Then they might lose all their work. What's your favourite shortcut? Mine is Control, Shift and Escape. Yeah. Control, Shift and Escape. So Control, Shift and Escape will take you straight to Task Manager. I know, it's so fucking geeky, this. It would take you straight into Task Manager. Whereas Control, Alt and Delete takes you to the blue screen first, and then you have to go onto Task Manager. So Control, Shift and Escape. That's my favourite shortcut. My other one is Windows key, Shift and S. I do that quite a lot. It helps to take screenshots. And then like I can, when I'm teaching, I take screenshots of things. Control, Alt and Delete says Star Wars Steve. Yeah. Yeah, that's Lily, right. That was one that a guy taught me that one recently. Shift and Alt to switch screens, yeah. Control, Alt and F13 doubles your RAM. Shut up. No, it doesn't. We don't have an F13. Stop it. I had to look, though. Windows and L, so I don't get told off at work for not locking my PC. Fair enough. Okay, here we go. This is Dark Ages, and this is Control 4 and Serenity Flux. goodness. Control 4 and Serenity Flux. Dark Ages. How amazing is that? So good. So good. So clean. Like the sound design as well is what really got me, and the ever evolving of those synth lines. The melodies themselves worked so well with each other, and they really incorporated this feeling of like upliftedness, melancholy, and took me on a journey within, you know, the construct of this psytrance tune. Yeah, it's simple ideas executed extremely well. Really, this is what I love about psytrance. I don't play it half as much as I should do because it always fills me with so much joy. Ah, Serenity Flux, aka Fabian, is the best dude I've ever worked with. Learned a lot from him. Yeah, well, we learned so much from you as well. Guys, if you don't know, Control 4 also streams on Twitch and also helps by giving you guys advice and does a show kind of similar to mine, but in his absolute own, mastery in the way that he makes music in a very, very different way to the way that I make music. Lily, listen, babe, you need to go and follow him because, yeah, you'll learn a lot from him. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I need to do another Psytrance set soon, definitely. I have so much of it as well. I have so much amazing Psytrance from over the last 15 years I've been collecting it. I love it. But what is even more than loving playing it is I really appreciate listening to Psytrance that you guys are sending in. It's just crazy good. Yeah, it's awesome. Been somewhat stagnant though, Control 4 says, nothing new being made. Yeah, I feel the same. I feel the same about do you mean about your own productions or do you mean about music in general in the psytrance scene, in that genre? Do you guys think? Do you think music is getting more stagnant and samey? Or do you think that it's reaching this precipice and, things are starting to change? Psy needs new talent. Yeah. I think a lot of scenes could definitely improve and move forward quickly with new talent, definitely. Lysian says Psytrance reached its peak 20 years ago, in my opinion. What? Crazy. 20 years ago? Nah, you're listening to the wrong Psytrance, or you might not have listened to Psytrance for a while. There's some amazing Psytrance. And the reason for that being is the lowering the cost and there's a lot less gatekeeping now of the ideas. We have so many YouTube tutorials, especially in genres such as Psytrance. I'd say Psytrance is one of the most welcoming scenes as well. They aren't precious about keeping their production or their DJing expertise to themselves. I'd say they're the open source of the music world, definitely. And I feel that way about the D&B scene as well. I think that they are also very welcoming. I think the hard house scene is as well. And I'm sure all scenes have their clickiness, but I've yet to see clickiness in the Psytrance scene. I've seen it in the hard house scene. Hard house got me into yeah, well, there are so many similarities between hard house and Psytrance. I think one of the biggest artists in hard house that has gone over to the Psytrance, but always had Psy elements in his music was and is Nick Sentience, definitely. But yeah, I love what I'm hearing from the Psytrance scene. I think it definitely was, starting out 20 years ago, but when we're talking about Psytrance, there are loads of different types of Psytrance. So you might have just been listening to one type of there's some types of Psytrance that I can't stand. The ones that I can't stand are the ones with guitars in them. I'm like, no, bruv, don't. Stop it. I don't like it. Never got it. Do you know what I mean? Just that stuff. I'm like, why? But the stuff I like is, I don't know a lot of the terminology for it, but the stuff that I like is this stuff that Control 4 is sent in. It's the stuff where we've got melodicness to it, we've got upliftingness to it, and we've got like this relentless forward motion and this just power behind it. Simple ideas done really effectively, using processing, delays, reverbs, filters, whatever. Yeah. Not really words. I don't really need words in it. If it is words, then we're talking little ATOUs. You know, I think the whole part of psytrance that I love is this deep mantra and hypnotic suggestion, and going in. You know, I'd need to have like that there. It is like, in order for me to think, like I can think really, really well when I listen to that kind of music. Leave the words to Boyzone. Dead. Ah. Oh. Yeah, it's the momentum that I love about it. I'm going to be careful what I say because my daughter and her friends are in the chat at the moment. But for certain frames of mind, listening to psytrance can be extremely wonderful. Like mentally, I can really get in deep into my thoughts in a very meditative way. So yeah, that's what I like about it. So yeah, thank you so much for sending that in. Lily J, do you know what? I think it's our ADHD-ness, if you want to call it that. It's what the cool kids call it now. But there is something about that style of music that just allows me to have a break. You know, like if you find that you can't meditate, or you feel like you think you can't meditate, just go and listen to some psytrance. 6-7. Stop it. Don't. 6-7. How do we say it in, and Sigma, yeah. How do we say it in Japanese? Ichini-san. Go. Roku nana. Roku nana. Roku nana. Brilliant. Okay, next up. I'm going to very quickly pop to the toilet while this is on. This is Martin Easton and Euphonia. I have already listened to this, so I have already heard it today. So I'm going to pop this on. I'll be back shortly. Here we go. go. That is Martin Easton and Euphonia. Is that a word, Euphonia? Never heard it before. Yeah, I like this a lot. I think it does have, as Devil's Reject says, it's got a floaty vibe to it. Very uplifting. Really nice uplifting trance track. Yeah, I really like this. I think the arrangement was really nice. Sound choices were great. Everything sounded really well balanced. I'll give you Martin's SoundCloud now, actually. He has sent stuff in for a long time to this show. And yeah, I am super proud of him. Yeah, he's really cool, isn't he? I've met him at one of my gigs as well. He's really, really lovely. Really lovely bloke. And am I right in that it's a liver transplant that he's had or something like that? So bless him. He's been dealing with a lot lately. And again, you know, what we were saying about earlier about music being this way into your own self-awareness and your own like, it's like this journey of knowing more about yourself in quite the same way that when we're going through stuff physically, mentally, music will always be there for you. Music will, you know, creating something will just, it's the same as playing a game, isn't it? Like making a track is like playing a game. You get little dopamine hits all the way through it. And I think in some ways, I don't know, it depends what you're into, really. I think that there's good and bad about playing games and well, not good and bad, but there's like more of a product at the end of it, I guess, if you're making music, possibly, but they should really equally be treated equally. You know, it's all about, you know, just having this great kind of world that you can get lost in. Yeah. But yeah, I love that. And I'm so proud of you, Martin. Thank you so much for sending this in. Such a great tune. Something a little bit different now. This is Digital Industries. And this is a track called Christmas Donkey. And it's a free download. Here we go.
Hey, jiggity jing, it's Dominic the donkey. Jiggity jing, Italian Christmas donkey. Jiggity jing, jiggity jing, jiggity 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 jing, jiggity jing, jiggity jing, Italian Christmas donkey. Hey, jiggity jing, it's Dominic the donkey. Jiggity jing, Italian Christmas donkey. Jiggity jing, it's Dominic the donkey. Jiggity jing, hey. Italy. Jiggity jing, it's Dominic the donkey. Jiggity jing, Italian Christmas donkey. Jiggity jing, jiggity jing, jiggity 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 jing, jiggity jing, jiggity jing. Hey. Hey. the lead. Tickety ting, it's Dominic the donkey. Tickety ting, the Italian Christmas donkey. Tickety ting, tickety ting, tickety 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 ting, tickety ting, tickety ting. Hey.
Merry Christmas!
Oh, Danny, aka Digital Industries. What an absolute banger. No, I love you, Gav Hobbs. Guys, make sure you go and follow Gav Hobbs, please, as well. Awesome streamer here on Twitch and a long-time friend of mine as well. He's awesome. Yeah, the Digital Industries. I love this one. Danny usually makes like Machina. Bless you. And also makes, amazing, weird and wonderful music like this, which is what music production is all about. How cool was that? And yeah, I agree with JLF. I love that vocal. It's brilliant. It's awesome. And yeah, this goes to show that, whatever your expression is, you can do serious stuff, you can do fun stuff. And they're all facets of our own personality at the end of the day. So embrace every single side of yourself, the silliness and the deep. Awesome. Next up, we've got Lemonchill, and this is Endless. Oh, Maxie, thank you. Cock piss partridge. Oh, I love anyone that does Alan Partridge references. Yeah. Best friends now. Lemonchill and Endless is next. Oh my goodness. Wow. Lemonchill, and that was endless. Yeah. Such a good tune. Really, really got me like in a thinking mood again. Like I kind of half, even though I was talking in the chat, like part of my brain switches off when I listen to music like this. Like I go offline. It really helps me to relax. Lived it. I loved the subtle reverb on the metallic sounds. It really created this sense of space and depth between the sounds and the silence, which is very important. As important as your noises is the gap between the noises. Yeah. It really chills me out. It surprises me that Lemonchill is not like hasn't got yet hundreds of thousands of people listening to them on Spotify or whatever, because I just find this amazing. I really do. Something that we've been talking about at uni as well, I think is an important thing to bring up actually. If you are a music producer and you make music at home, how are we going to diversify what we do? And a good answer to that, in order to like have different ways to perform your music or to perform your music, instead of just being in your room and making music and then seeing if a label will take it, why not make versions of your music and do some kind of live performance through Ableton Live? You can have like parts of the track that are already made, stems of it in Ableton, and then play certain parts of your already made track, in a live context, and film it for content, do a performance at an event, live stream it. It's certainly something that I'm going to be doing more of. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Already I use a TD3 and my synth when I'm doing a DJ performance. Well, how about making versions of our music where we, like I say, we're making stems of it, or keeping the project open, or making a project in Ableton Live and then playing in certain aspects of it. I think it's something that people should think about doing. I haven't got a TRAS yet. I did message someone earlier. Someone's selling one for $420, nice, on eBay. So I might be getting it. But yeah, I think having live performance versions of our music can be a really good way to get more eyes on you and get more people to watch what you do, from a social media aspect. I think it's really, helpful to diversify what you already do and think about it in those ways. Just saying. Next up. Quinny. Oh my God, it's Quinny. Quinny's made an amazing remix. One of my favourite European hard trance tunes of all time. Toxin, Nightmare Walking. This is quite a unsung classic. But if you know, you know. Wide taste? Maybe. I wouldn't even go that far, actually. But you're on the right lines. I'd say, like, a track that wasn't like... It's not like a known classic, but it's definitely like... If you were really into European hard trance, you'd have known about this tune. I am a nightmare walking. I am a nightmare walking. That's what it actually says in the song. Oh my God. It's like, and that's why Toxin, if that's his real name, called it Nightmare Walking. Crazy, isn't it? Because he listened to the vocal and he went, oh, that's saying I am a nightmare walking. So he called the track Nightmare Walking. If you notice, that's something that Guy never does. Guy always makes the name of his track something more abstract. And like he'll try and talk me through his like his logic to it, or his impeccable logic, exactly, laddie. He'll try and like, okay, well, I called this tune this because of 3 other things that no one would ever put together. Like he's got a track and he called it You'll Know It. And I said, why did you call it You'll Know It? And he said, because you'll know it. So then he said, when people say, oh, what's that tune? People go, you'll know it. And then they'll be like, yeah, but what's that tune? And then they'll say, you'll know it. I don't understand him at all. He's a very strange person. What a weirdo, huh? Toxin was Colin, Tevendale and Brian Hope. Colin and Brian doesn't have the same ring to it as Toxin. I'm sure half of Dave Owen's tracks was named after what he ate. Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, okay, here we go. Quinny remix Toxin Nightmare Walking. Here we go.
I am a nightmare. I am a nightmare.
Goodness. Winnie. So nice, so clean on the production, so textured. I loved the arrangement. I loved how things didn't keep just coming in on the 8s or the 16 bars. Some stuff was coming in on 4s. And I like that because I wasn't able to preempt certain stuff. A really, really bang up to date version of an absolute classic. And you've done it beautifully. You've done it really, really respectfully to the way that the original was. You know, we're not stuttering the vocal or, you know, fucking around with the fundamental parts of that amazing original, and I really appreciated that. It was it means that I can now play this track in a techno hard trance setting, and it will stand up. Hello, Sheena. It will stand up to, you know, the style and the loudness and the mixed down attributes of music that's made now. Yeah, really good, Quinny. Really good. Guys, make sure you go and follow Quinny on his Instagram. Here you go. Yay. Well done, mate. Well done. Dowler82. Yay. Yes. From one Dowler to another. Welcome in, mate. Thank you very much for 5 months. Awesome. Is it an official remix as well? Mate. Wow. Well, thank you so much for sending it in. Thank you. I'm super, super happy for you. Awesome, mate. Well done. Well done. Okay, next we've got Chris Nikon and Andy Roden, and this is 103.
One to the 103.
wow. Chris. So cool. Chris and Andy Roden. 103. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. This is probably my favourite one of yours. Blame Guyver. I will do. It's great that you've got inspiration from him. I feel the same way about Guy's work as well. I definitely feel inspired by listening to his stuff. It's very much you, though, this has definitely got your stamp on it. And that's exactly what you want when you're inspired by someone, is to take that and put your own you-ness into that. So good. Really nicely well balanced as well. From a technical point of view, it sounded really nicely mixed down. Everything sounded well balanced. Sound choices were great. And most importantly, it made me feel something. You know, it made me feel excited. It had a great pace to it. So yeah, thank you so much for sending it in. Guys, make sure you go and follow Chris on his SoundCloud. And if you're watching this back on YouTube, you can find everyone's SoundCloud and contact details in the description of the video as well. So yeah, thank you everyone. That is our show. I'm going to have to go because I have to go and do something. Thank you so much. Friend to rage to. Yeah, again, it's been so many great tunes tonight. As always. Yeah, I'm so proud of you all. Thank you, and please continue to send in your music. Oh, Nicky Adams is on. He sends in music sometimes. We'll go and see Nicky Adams. Wee. Thank you, everybody.